In this video, we delve into the recent decisions made by the Trump administration that have significantly impacted America's progress towards a greener future. From rolling back fuel efficiency standards and dismantling the Clean Power Plan to promoting fossil fuel exploration in protected areas, these policies seem designed to favor big oil over sustainable energy initiatives. We'll explore the implications of eliminating renewable energy incentives, the prioritization of fossil fuels, and the challenges states are facing as they attempt to push back against increased lobbying from the fossil fuel industry. Join us as we unpack the latest developments and their potential consequences for America's energy landscape. 1. Rolling back fuel efficiency standards. In a move that surprised environmental advocates, the Trump administration rolled back fuel efficiency standards that were set to make vehicles more environmentally friendly. This decision was a significant step backward in the fight against climate change, as lower fuel efficiency means higher emissions from vehicles. By allowing automakers to produce less efficient cars, the administration effectively prioritized short-term industry profits over long-term environmental health. These changes have made it easier for automakers to sideline innovation in clean vehicle technology. The rollback has sparked concerns among environmentalists who argue that this will lead to increased air pollution and exacerbate climate change. This policy shift has also made it more challenging for the U.S. to meet international climate commitments. 2. Elimination of renewable energy incentives. The Trump administration took steps to eliminate incentives for renewable energy development, a move that has undoubtedly hindered progress toward a greener economy. These incentives were crucial for fostering innovation and investment in renewable energy projects. Without them, the growth of solar, wind, and other clean energy sources has been stunted. The removal of these incentives has made it financially challenging for companies and individuals to transition to cleaner energy alternatives. This policy shift has drawn criticism from environmental groups who argue that it slows down the necessary transition away from fossil fuels. The lack of support for renewables is seen as a missed opportunity to lead the world in sustainable energy development. 3. Promoting fossil fuel exploration in protected areas. One of the most controversial actions taken by the Trump administration was the promotion of fossil fuel exploration in protected areas. This decision opened up previously preserved lands to oil and gas drilling, posing significant risks to ecosystems and wildlife. Environmentalists have raised alarms about the potential destruction of natural habitats and the threat to endangered species. This policy reflects a prioritization of economic gains from fossil fuels over the preservation of natural landscapes. The move has faced backlash from conservationists who argue that protected areas should remain untouched to preserve biodiversity. This decision has also sparked debates about the long-term impacts of such exploration on climate change. 4. Rollback of environmental regulations. The Trump administration's rollback of environmental regulations led to an increase in carbon emissions, counteracting efforts to combat climate change. By loosening restrictions on industries, the administration effectively allowed for more pollution and environmental degradation. This policy shift has been criticized for prioritizing business interests over environmental protection. The increase in carbon emissions has raised concerns about the U.S.'s ability to meet international climate agreements. Environmental groups argue that these rollbacks have undermined decades of progress in reducing pollution and protecting public health. The policy changes have also made it more challenging for states to implement their own clean energy initiatives. 5. Prioritizing energy independence through fossil fuels. The Trump administration's focus on energy independence through oil and gas production sidelined investments in clean technologies. This approach prioritized traditional fossil fuels over renewable energy sources, which are crucial for a sustainable future. By emphasizing oil and gas, the administration effectively slowed down the transition to cleaner energy alternatives. This policy has been criticized for failing to recognize the long-term benefits of investing in renewable technologies. The emphasis on fossil fuels has also led to increased lobbying from the industry, pushing for further deregulation. Critics argue that this approach has delayed the necessary shift toward a more sustainable energy future. 6. Dismantling the Clean Power Plan. The dismantling of the Clean Power Plan by the Trump administration was a significant setback for efforts to reduce pollution from the electricity sector. This plan aimed to cut carbon emissions and promote cleaner energy sources, but its rollback has stalled progress. By removing this plan, the administration made it easier for power plants to continue using coal and other high-polluting energy sources. Environmentalists have criticized this decision for undermining efforts to combat climate change and improve air quality. The removal of the Clean Power Plan has also made it more challenging for states to implement their own emissions standards. This policy shift has drawn criticism from those who argue that it prioritizes industry interests over environmental health. 7. Increased lobbying from the fossil fuel industry. Trump's policies led to an increase in lobbying from the fossil fuel industry, pushing for further deregulation. This increased influence has raised concerns about the industry's role in shaping environmental policies. The fossil fuel industry's lobbying efforts have been seen as a significant obstacle to progress in transitioning to cleaner energy sources. Critics argue that this increased lobbying has led to policies that prioritize short-term profits over long-term sustainability. The industry's influence has also made it more challenging for states and environmental groups to advocate for stricter regulations. This increased lobbying has been criticized for undermining efforts to combat climate change and reduce pollution. 8. Challenges for states' clean energy initiatives. The focus on deregulation by the Trump administration made it harder for states to implement their own clean energy initiatives and emissions standards. By prioritizing federal deregulation, the administration effectively limited states' abilities to set their own environmental policies. This policy shift has been criticized for undermining states' efforts to transition to cleaner energy sources. Environmental groups argue that this approach has stalled progress in reducing emissions and promoting renewable energy. The challenges faced by states have also raised concerns about the U.S.'s ability to meet international climate commitments. Critics argue that this policy shift has delayed the necessary transition to a more sustainable energy future. 9. Increased pollution levels in fossil fuel-dependent regions. Environmental groups reported increased pollution levels in regions heavily dependent on fossil fuels due to regulatory rollbacks. These rollbacks have allowed for more pollution and environmental degradation, raising concerns about public health. The increase in pollution levels has been criticized for prioritizing industry interests over environmental protection. This policy shift has also raised concerns about the U.S.'s ability to meet international climate agreements. Environmental groups argue that these rollbacks have undermined decades of progress in reducing pollution and protecting public health. The increase in pollution levels has also highlighted the need for stricter regulations to protect the environment. 10. Analysts' predictions on America's energy future. Analysts predicted that Trump's policies would stall America's transition to a sustainable energy future and increase reliance on fossil fuels. These predictions have raised concerns about the U.S.'s ability to meet international climate commitments and lead the world in sustainable energy development. Critics argue that these policies prioritize short-term profits over long-term sustainability. The emphasis on fossil fuels has also led to increased lobbying from the industry, pushing for further deregulation. Analysts argue that these policies have delayed the necessary shift toward a more sustainable energy future. The predictions have also raised concerns about the U.S.'s ability to meet international climate commitments.